What is going on, everyone? It's Ultimate Spy 53 here, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed. This is Reviewed number 84, and today I'm going to be reviewing Dreamworks Monsters vs. Aliens.
So what are my thoughts on this movie? I liked it. It wasn't the best movie that I've seen from DreamWorks. Yeah, it was made by DreamWorks. I've seen better movies than this that made by DreamWorks, and it had some good stuff in it. But it still was enjoyable. I would definitely tell you that. It had some recognizable voice actors, including Reese Witherspoon, who was in Legally Blonde. That's the only thing I've really seen her from. It also starred Seth Rogen as Bob, the little, Jello style character, most of the thing. Hugh Laurie, who's in a lot of stuff, but I've only really seen him in Stuart Little and Tomorrowland. He is the voice of Dr. Crouch, and we got Will Arnett, who is the voice of Lego Batman in the Batman movies, the Lego ones, and also Connor Vernon. I think he's some kind of actor. I don't know. And another actress that I didn't realize was in the movie was Amy Poehler, who is, I don't really know what she's been in. I want to say she's been in stuff, but I don't really remember all the stuff she's been in. But she voiced the computer in the movie. We also had Paul Rudd, which was in it, and I didn't even realize he was voicing a character. It was surprisingly there was Derek, the fiance of Susan. And Paul Rudd is known for playing Ant-Man in the Marvel Universe movies, like Ant-Man and Civil War, of course. But yeah, I didn't really. I don't know. It was an okay movie, honestly. It got enough attention, honestly. It was good. I like some of the stuff that DreamWorks has made in the past, and the only thing I really have seen from them is Kung Fu Panda, Shrek, and other stuff like that. So they've been doing a lot of good movies. A lot of original ideas. They're kind of the Pixar of the animation studios. They're kind of like that rival studio where they make all original ideas. And this movie was okay, I guess. I gotta say it was better than most movies that I've seen that are animated. It had a lot of good comment in it, and I really like that part. In fact, I've only seen this movie once, and it was. I gotta say, this movie had some stuff in it that was interesting. So if you're not familiar with this movie, it's basically it's literally what it sounds like: monsters versus aliens. And I obviously have just talked about the actors, but the characters they play. You got Reese Witherspoon, who plays Susan, who basically at the beginning of the movie she is supposed to be getting married, but unfortunately a meteorite strikes her. Strikes her, and she grows to an enormous size. Her brown hair turns white for some reason, and then she just becomes a monster, something like that. And then Seth Rogen, who I've seen in a lot of stuff. Mainly I've seen him in voice acting, really. But he played Bob, who's just basically this I described it this jello things. You can he's like kind of like SpongeBob, except he's like gooey and everything. And then of course there's also the missing link, which is this fish creature thing. And that was interesting. And also it had obviously Hugh Laurie was Dr. Cockroach because he's British and everything. But yeah, I honestly. It's interesting because this movie, it was not successful to make a sequel. Not allow me like a lot of movies from DreamWorks, they get at least 1 or 2 sequels, but this movie didn't get a sequel at all. I mean, I got a TV show, which is pretty much it. But yeah, I honestly thought it was different. I haven't seen a movie like this in a while, and actually this is only the second time I've seen it. But yeah, I honestly thought it was okay. I thought it was they did a good job with the animation style. I like the animation style. It was pretty good. Now, I didn't love it. That's because I was just like, it's supposed to be a kids movie. It is. It's a kids movie. But I still enjoyed it. Well, regardless, it was still a fun movie. It had a good, had a fun plot about, you know, this alien wants to take this I think it's plutonium, whatever it is. And he's trying to track it down, and they send the drone, and they send the monsters in to take care of the drone. And you know, basically wants, you know, the plutonium is actually inside Susan, and he wants to take that out. So that's kind of the idea of the movie. And it had some comedic moments. It's a movie that's supposed to be funny. It's a funny movie, but it's not. It isn't a good movie. It's, well, I don't know. It isn't bad, but it also isn't good, and that's because of the fact that it's just like, it's not a great movie, but because it could have been better. Just, you know, I don't know, like I felt like it kind of acted like a superhero movie. You know, these characters have powers. Susan has, you know, she's big. Bob is metallic. He felt like he doesn't get harmed, and then Dr. Cockroach, he has mad science skills, and of course Missing Link, he's basically he's like Aquaman basically. So it kind of felt like a superhero movie, and like a superhero animation movie. But I still enjoyed it. I still did like it somewhat. It just wasn't my favorite. By far not my favorite. But I still liked it. I did. Well, I liked it, but I also didn't like it. I liked it because it had some good comedy in it. It had some good good stuff in it. But also, it was campy. Kind of felt like a kid, like it should be like you know, it's an animated movie is a kids movie. It felt more like an actual kids movie. Just like, you know, a movie that was goofy and, you know, kind of a little bit over the top, kind of dumb in a way. But at the same time, it still has some good stuff in it, which is something that's a good thing about DreamWorks, is that they make some good movies, some very, very good movies. But this was not one of them. I mean, it was good, but not very good. It was far from very good, and that's what kind of sucks about this movie, because it's just not the best. I would have liked it to be a bit more, you know, have, you know, a better story, have it expand. Obviously, get a sequel if that was ever a thing, and, you know, kind of, I guess, because I felt like the story of the movie was more centered on Susan. It didn't really have anything to do with the other monsters. I mean, their origins were explained, but it really was more focused on Susan. I felt like it was Susan's side of the story. Like, it's her story, because she doesn't want to be a monster, and she becomes this giant version of herself with white hair. I really don't understand why the white hair came apart, but it's still, it has its good stuff in it. But I think the only thing that makes up for the fact that it wasn't as good was the fact that it had some good voice acting. The voice acting was good. I recognize some of the voice acting, but it's the problem that it didn't live up to what it was. It got 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is, well, better than nothing, I suppose. But it still suffers from a lot of problems. You know, I felt like it could have had a better plot. I really noticed that the plot was not very good. It was just kind of campy. Kind of felt like it felt cartoony. I mean, it is supposed to be a cartoon because it's an animated movie, but I feel like it should have had more. It should have had more, you know, story, kind of like other movies from DreamWorks. And DreamWorks has made really great movies, kind of like with Pixar and Disney, where they've made original ideas, and it just suffered from it. It just suffered from the fact that it didn't really get a lot of love, and we should have because it's not bad. I don't think it's a bad movie. It has not really much story. I mean, it's a simple, and I feel like the story, the plot is too simple. That's the problem with it. It's too simple a plot. We only focus on one character, and while we get more, we kind of know what all the characters are. It's really mainly focused on Susan, which I kind of didn't understand. And the fact that I didn't think it was not successful enough to get a sequel kind of makes it not the best, because Dreamworks, they're known to be a successful studio, a very successful animation studio, because they started with Shrek, and then they had Panda, and they had all these other movies. And this movie, it would have been better if they had done it better. You know, it's the fact that this is the first movie from DreamWorks that has not been successful to make a sequel. Although they make a television show, I was surprised. I'm surprised this didn't get a follow-up. Well, it wasn't boring, but it definitely could have gotten better. I would have liked it to be better. There's really all I can say about it. It has some good voice acting. I like the voice acting, but it's the plot that suffers from it. It has some okay comedy. It has some, you know, fun moments in it. It has some goofy. The comedy is goofy. The story is kind of weak. I wish they would have a better story. I don't really know the characters' motives. Some of the comedy is good, but not all. Some of it's kind of goofy, and that's what kind of suffers. That's what it suffers from. But yeah, all I can say about Monsters vs. Aliens. I wish it would have done better, because I could have seen it. I could see it become a good franchise if it had a better plot. You know, maybe better writing. I don't know who wrote it. I don't really pay attention to writing, but this is the first movie I realized it could have better writing, because it is not out there as a good DreamWorks movie. It's still enjoyable, I guess. And sure it is. It's very enjoyable. Just it could have had some work. It could have had some, you know, a better plot, better writing, and well, the voice acting is good, but still, yeah. Anyway, I think that's all I can say about Monsters vs. Aliens. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. I will give it a 5 out of 10 because of how goofy it was and campy it was. Still, it has some good comedy, some goofy comedy, but there's still some comedy in there, which I did enjoy about it. So anyway, that's all I can say about the rating wise. Like I said, 5 out of 10. That's my opinion. But anyway, I hope you liked this review. If you did, please hit the like button. It really is appreciated. And subscribe to Come By. If you're new around here, you can click right here to go to last week's episode, where I reviewed Three Musketeers, and you can click right here to go to the previous episode, where I reviewed Ex Machina. Thank you again for watching, and I'll be back next time for another episode. Alright? See ya.